Welcome back to a brand new series on this channel, Would I Build Your Lineups? Now, if you're familiar with this channel, you know that I can't promise it'll be consistent. In fact, it's very likely it won't be, but I'm going to give it my best to post this at least weekly. If you want to be involved, make sure to go click on my Twitter in the description. It's Sorare, and when I tweet asking for your guys' galleries, make sure to reply with your gallery and obviously the players and whatnot. If you want to be involved in the next episode, make sure to follow me on Twitter, link in the description down below. It's Sorare, and when I tweet out asking for your guys' gallery submissions, reply with your gallery, really. And one small disclaimer, I just want to quickly say, I don't think I'm an expert when it comes to building galleries or lineups or anything like that. I really don't. It's more so a fact that I strongly believe in multiple perspectives gives people a better idea. And if you learn how other people look at things, I think it can help you think and approach things differently, which is always, in my opinion, taking on other people's POVs when it comes to lineups and players they like on Sorare and whatnot, I think is always helpful. You can always sort of think about things differently, and there's never the smartest person in the room. Does that make sense? I don't know. Maybe it didn't make sense, but I kind of just mean like it's always nice to have different opinions and different feedback and stuff like that. So hopefully this is for you. Don't just go and build the exact lineups that I recommend. Like, take it on board and think about it yourself, you know? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you guys do enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe to this channel if you are new around here, and enjoy the episode. So this series stemmed from a video I did with Salah and Rock last week. And essentially, they messaged me and asked me to build their All-Star rare lineups. And I did. And got ridiculously close to predicting the exact points Salah's team would get. I predicted on it, I think, 416.3 points, and he scored like 416.8 points. Like, I tweeted about it. Hey, I was very, very excited, all right? Like, if you could predict the exact amount of points a team would, like, it'd be kind of crazy, right? So, I predicted 416.3, and he got 418, and then got rescored down to 416.8, I think. 416.6, got really close. So, it made me think that we could potentially do a really cool series here on this channel where effectively I build your lineups for you. Now, I want to quickly specify that I don't want you to just go ahead and build the exact lineups that I recommend. I actually want you to use this as a second opinion to maybe give you an idea of what you should build, or maybe give you a different perspective. I don't want to build everyone's lineups one for one. And it's why I didn't enjoy doing gallery reviews either, because I think there's no authority in the Sorare community that's good enough, bar maybe PSU, that can build someone's lineups to perfection every week, right? I got insanely lucky with Salah's lineups. It wasn't skill, it was luck. But it did make me think it's a cool way to get you guys involved in a series, building your lineups, and it's not super difficult. It doesn't require me doing a bunch of research on your galleries consistently. And I can just go ahead and build your lineups out for fun. You can get a different perspective. We can see how we do. So I thought we'd upload these on a sort of a Thursday and a Monday, just to see how the last week's lineups did as well. And we'll see how it goes. So we're going to start off with Mike's. He said unique Cap 240, under 23 Super Rare, Gas Super Rare, Champ Europe Super Rare, Cap 240 Super Rare, and the Cherky and Ciso and Stojkovic are players that won't play. So we've built out 4 lineups for Mike. Now, I've kind of ignored what he said, to be honest. I did not prioritize it in the way that he wanted me to. He wanted unique Cap 240, under 23 Super Rare, Gas Super Rare, Champ Europe Super Rare, Cap 240 Super Rare. And I've noticed something straight away with your gallery, sir. And I'm gonna roast you a little bit. Maybe not roast you, but first of all, you're so weak when it comes to midfielders in general. Like, the fact that you have like 2 good options and then that's it, realistically. And like I say, that's a bit mean, but like Romain Favre, you know, Kudus, Baena, Camavinga are like the only 4 midfielders you have, really. You know, like in my opinion, anyway. I mean, if we go to like, if we jump onto an academy lineup real quick and we look at your midfield options, like, I mean, yeah, you've got Paqueta, but Paqueta's not an amazing scorer in my opinion. Kadri is really matchup dependent, playing on 16th place Kortrijk. Galuk has not hit the ground running. Mendes, to be fair to, he's actually pretty decent. I think like Enciso and Cherky are alright as well. I think Cherky's a forward, but like maybe being a little bit harsh, but like I would say you need to pick up a couple of midfielders in my opinion, because you've got really strong pieces everywhere, bar midfield. But it's what I went with for you. Now, I actually prioritized All-Star Super Rare, I think, with Unai Simon's got a great matchup against Celta Vigo at home. Then you've got Gahey, I think, has got a good matchup at home to Everton. You've got Camavinga, who should start, given the fact that Shermani's injured. You've got Bowen at home to Forest, and then you've got Nico Gonzalez at home to Bologna. So, like, all have good matchups. That's got a really good potential to do well, in my opinion. And I've prioritized that. Because a top 10 finish will get you a good amount of ETH and a good card. And I think you can get top 10 with that. Then I went with under 23 super rare because I think, again, you've got good pieces. You've got Chevalier, you've got Pavlovic, Kudus, Openda, and Rodrigo. Again, another strong 5 lineup. I think has got potential to win you a nice card there. All bar Pavlovic having home games as well. Then I went with the Cap 240s after that because I don't think you've got the pieces realistically to then go and put into Champ Europe Super Rare or anywhere like that. I think you're best off putting it into Cap 240 and going for those ETH thresholds. I think that this Cap 240 unique definitely can get ETH threshold. You've got a good matchup for Con. You've got a good matchup for Kufal. Great matchup for Ugalde. Like a decent matchup for Gazibegovic, and then you've got a pretty matchup for Bayena. But if he starts, he gets 35, 40, 50 points maybe. You are laughing. Then Cap 240 Super Rare is probably the worst lineup out of all of them, but it's just with what you had left pretty much. I went with Oblak, I went with Dedic, Favre, Azakan, and Ulmer. In my opinion, I think you could definitely win two Super Rare cards here with Gas and Under 23, and I think you could definitely get the threshold with Cap 240 unique. So, aside from that, like, yeah, I think you definitely need midfielders, though, man. I think you need a couple of decent, like, strong midfielders because you've got such strong pieces, and then the midfielders just let you down a little bit. That's what I would build anyway. That's what I would go with. Making sure I haven't used anyone you can't use. Yeah, there you go. And almost one of those where if Alba doesn't play, the Guindo plays. So it's one of those two. I haven't done any research on this, so make sure you do your own research. But yeah, Guindo or Ulmo, whichever one, really. All right, next up is my boy Tofton, who I know's got a really good gallery because I have a similar gallery. Not a similar gallery, but like a lot of stuff that he has in Super Rare, I have in Rare. So this will be a fun lineup builder, actually. I'm quite excited to do this. But Daniel only wanted 3 lineups, so I've got to build 3 lineups. He wanted All-Star, Super Rare, Rare Pro, and Rare. Now, I had a lot of fun doing this because he's just got a really good gallery. I really enjoy looking at his gallery. So All-Star, Super Rare, I've gone with Mere, Munoz, Combs, Bowen, Desart. Now, the reason why I've gone with this selection, okay, Ghent at home, the 2 midfielders notoriously score really well at home. In home fixtures, they score way better than away fixtures, and I think both of them can guarantee a 60 plus in this matchup pretty comfortably. Ghent actually kind of sucked this year, but at home, they just are way stronger than away. So I think that is a really, really good pairing for both of those. I think Bowen, like I said, has got a really good matchup. Bowen's on fire this season as well. I think he's a really good player. He's like the highest scoring winger in the Prem at the moment. He is doing really, really well. So any chance you get to use Bowen at home against 13th place Nottingham Forest, I'd take. Munoz, I think, is just a really good all-round scorer. They've got a good matchup versus OHL Leuven. And I was going to go with Mere and Di Lorenzo, but Di Lorenzo's just not been great this season. And I'm kind of out, like, I think that you should most of the time try and partner a goalkeeper with a defender, but sometimes it makes sense not doing that as well. So with this one, I've actually not partnered his Super Rare Di Lorenzo with Mere. I think Munoz will score better than Di Lorenzo personally, but I think that lineup has a lot of potential in my opinion. I think it could score really well. All-Star Rare Plus, we have gone with Mignon and Tamori versus Lecce away. Now, this one's a tough one because away from home, Milan aren't amazing and they do concede a lot of goals, but I do think strongly that they will keep a clean sheet in this game. I think that they will, just before the international break have a good game. Then you've got Kvaratskhelia at home to Empoli. Should be a smash for Napoli, realistically. Should be a clean sheet in like a 4-0 win. Then you've got Barcelona at home to Deportivo Alaves, and I've gone with Joao Felix, who I think could be really good at home to Deportivo Alaves. And then I went with Trippier as his final rare. Could have gone with Salah, could have gone with Valverde, could have gone with Bowen, could have gone with anyone, but I think Trippier away to Bournemouth, I think he'll just whip a load of balls into the box, get a bunch of attempted assists, and he should score 100 points. I think it'll be one of those games where he gets like high 80s with just AA alone, to be honest. And then with All-Star Rare, we've gone with Justin Bilo, Munoz, Valverde, Salah, and Bowen. Again, it's a really odd 5 assortment, but I think 5 players that could score really well given their matchups all at home as well. So I think they're 3 pretty strong lineups. That's what I would go for if I had your gallery right now. All right, next up is Scmo. Says, F it, I've sucked so hard for 12 game weeks in a row now. I'm open to ideas. 240 unique, Champ Super Rare, Gas Super Rare, 23 Super Rare, and 240 Super Rare. What else would I waste your time with? Fair enough, bro. Okay, I'm guessing yours is just, it's just Scosmo, isn't it? Right? Yeah, it is. How do you have a GIF picture? How do you even do that? I need to learn. All right, Scosmo. I kind of feel like I know why you've been on a bit of a slow streak recently. I'm just looking at like your lineups here, right? And correct me if I'm wrong, but my observation is I feel like you've bought a lot of cards without actually like maybe a plan as to where the cards are going. I know you told me a Champ Europe Super and whatnot, but like for me personally, I feel like All-Star Super Rare is somewhere where people, if you have this kind of gallery, should be focusing straight away, right? Then I looked at doing Champ Europe Super Rare, and the drop-off between those cards in All-Star Super Rare and then Champ Europe Super Rare is crazy. Then Under 23 Super Rare, like, I think your goalkeeper's decent. I think that I like Pfeiffer as well. I think that's how I pronounce his name. I've watched Hartberg a little bit for a lad that I won a few months ago. And you know that like he's a solid left back, and you've got Jankovic, I think is pretty solid as well. And then like it kind of falls off after that. And then so what I think actually for me, I think your two best lineups that I've built here are Gas Super Rare and Cap 240 Super Rare. I think Cap 240 Super Rare is actually a really good lineup there. I quite like what I've built there for you, and I think your Gas Super Rare has got great potential to hit a big reward. I would say your next purchases need to kind of make sense. If that, like, I feel like you need to kind of think about what lineups you're going to build out for the next purchase you make. Because I feel like it just like, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but from looking at your gallery and some of the options you have, like it sometimes it just doesn't really add up. You know what I mean? Like there's some that make a lot of sense, then some that just don't really add up. But maybe again, like it's just a observation from myself, and I could be completely wrong. But you've got some great cards here, but like I don't think you've got anywhere near enough to play Cap 240 Unique. Like that was the first one you wanted to play. I don't think you've got the cards to play Cap 240 Unique. I really don't. Like I don't know how often you win Cap 240 Unique Threshold, but to me, looking at like your cards, I just don't think you've got enough quality in the gallery to get to constantly hit the threshold in Cap 240 Unique. Personally, I would say I would say sort of Super Rare should be the focus. You've got you've got one or two great uniques. Use them for Super Rare. Anyway, that's my opinion. They're the lines that I personally would have built. The three that I would have built for you. You've got some flipping amazing cards in this gallery, though. I mean, that Gas Super Rare lineup's sick. I know I've kind of contradicted myself. I'm using De Lorenzo, but I think that was the best card that you could have used there. All right, we're gonna do one more. We'll do. All right, here we go. GW with like a crayon, I think, is his gallery. There we go. This will be the last one we do for today's video, and we'll do more next week as well, and we'll sort of see how it goes. But he wants under 23 Champ Europe All-Star. See, why is All-Star everyone's third priority here? All-Star should be your top priority. All-Star's got the best rewards and also pays ETH down places. You don't I mean, Champ Europe now pays ETH down places, but not anywhere near as much as All-Star. In my opinion, All-Star should be everyone's priority. I've only built 2 out for GW, just because I think I wanted to sort of talk about why I've sort of picked a few players here and things like that, right? So for me personally, All-Star is always a priority, as I just said. All-Star for me is always going to be the priority. I'll always prioritize that over everything. Now, the one thing the massive bit of advice I can give to people watching this video right now that are maybe struggling with building lineups, things like that, all right? This is one major piece of advice I want to give to people straight away. It is better to build one very, very strong lineup with a very good chance of rewards than it is to build 2 okay lineups, right? So I would not spread cards across 2 divisions. And I used to do this, trust me, I used to do this, and it F's you up, right? It messes you up. Because you will not win rewards if you spread your cards across different divisions, hoping to make 2 decent level lineups rather than 1 really good lineup. You know what I mean? And that's the God's honest truth about it. You should not be, in my opinion, spreading your cards across 3 or 4 lineups. If you have 5 really, really good smashers and they have good matchups, put them all in All-Star. That should always, and then you put the rest into other divisions. So that's why I prioritize. I think Meslier's got a great chance of a clean sheet. Trent's got a great chance of a big score. Bellingham's got a great chance of a big score. Somerville's got a great chance of a big score. And Kiernan Dewsbury Hall's got a great chance of a big score. Now, you might be thinking, they're all under 23. Why don't you put them in under 23? The reason why I'm not doing that is because, first of all, how many people are going to use them in under 23? A lot of people. And if they all score massively, very, very likely, most people have them in under 23. They probably don't put them in All-Star. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's one of those where you might be at a big advantage putting them in All-Star straight away. But not only that, but like I know a lot of people would be tempted to maybe put in Somerville in under 23 or put in Trent there or you know, swap a few players here and there. These are, in my opinion, your 5 strongest cards this weekend. I mean, I could be totally wrong with this, but that's just my opinion. Your 5 strongest cards this weekend, I would play them in the best tournament to get the best rewards. Because if you finish like, I don't know what it pays down to in limited. I think I can check, right? If I check on the prize pool, All-Star limited prize pool, like if you were to have an insanely big weekend and you finish top 30, you get $50 and a star limited, right? That $50, if you got the same score in under 23, right? All you're getting is a star limited. That $50 is practically the price of a lot of star limiteds in this game. Genuinely, that is practically the price of a lot of star limiteds in this game. Why would you play it in under 23 when you could be playing it in All-Star and winning potentially like practically 2-star limiteds for the price of 1? That's why there's no, like, this should always be your priority, guys. It should always be your priority to play All-Star over other competitions. But that is it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you want to see more like this, leave a like and a comment down below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode next week.